We begin our wild card weekend betting sojourn in Carolina. But before that, I need to say this. If you're wondering, hey, Prop King, where are the props? I'm on tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern nationally, and it'll get replayed on Odyssey stations throughout the day and on Cumulus and Westwood One stations throughout the day. So I will give you all my props for Saturday's games tomorrow morning, and you can find it in podcast form. Just search You Bet. And the same on Sunday, where I'm on WFAN, locally in the New York area, 8 to 9 a.m. Eastern, and then the national edition of Countdown to Kickoff, Sunday morning, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern, taking you up to the first game, the Bills and the Jaguars from Jacksonville. So no props here. You will get the props tomorrow morning for the 2 games on Saturday, Sunday morning for the 3 games on Sunday. All side and total markets courtesy of our show sponsor, BetMGM. Rams, 10.5-point road favorites at Carolina. Total of the game is 46. Now, Carolina beat the Rams back on November 30th, 31-28. But in that win, the Panthers win the turnover battle, 3-0. Carolina goes 7 of 15 on third down. Close to 50%. You don't need a math degree to figure that one out. And if you can't figure that out, you may need to go back to school. 3 for 3 on fourth down. That is everything going right for the Panthers. Everything goes wrong for the LA Rams. Wrong. Shout out to the McLaughlin group. And the Panthers only win by 3. Now maybe everything goes wrong again for the Rams. And if that happens, they could lose. Do you think that's happening? Would you bet on it? I wouldn't. Now, we had our friend John Jastrzemski on earlier from The Ringer, who fronts The Ringer sports betting coverage, and he said something that I really agree with. He doesn't think Carolina can win the game. I agree. I would never bet Carolina. Now, I don't really want to bet the Rams either at this number, at 10.5. Maybe Carolina backdoors the game. So what I want to do, put the Rams as a money line parlay piece. Like that Rams money line is part of a parlay. I've got other bets I like on wild card weekends. I've got NBA games I like for tonight. I'll give you my Indiana-Oregon thought coming up in a little bit as well. We move on to the Packers and the Bears. Amazon Prime tomorrow night. We're basically pick the winner of the game here. At BetMGM, Green Bay's a 1-point favorite. The total is down to 44.5. Now, I am not a weatherman, but I'm able to Google things like Chicago weather tomorrow, which you can do as well. There is a chance of snow in the forecast. It'll be freezing temperatures and maybe low 30s, high 20s. The wind is fluctuating, and the total's getting bet down, which tells you that there is some pessimism that the weather will be good, that the wind will be what it needs to be. And just to say this and I used to say this on the old show all the time also. And I think it's a common misnomer when people think about totals, right, and scoring in the NFL. It's never snow. Unless we're talking biblical proportions. It's never snow that screws up an offense. Snow actually helps the offense. It's where the term snover came from. I think our buddy Stuckey from the Action Network coined that. Because the offense knows where offensive players know where they're going before the play is called. Defensive players don't. So defensive players can slip potentially, right? Not that offensive players can't, but you understand what I'm saying. It's wind that messes up passing games and turns games into rock fights. The wind at this moment right now does not feel like it's going to be bad enough to screw up passing games. But if it is, and we won't know until tomorrow, I think the Bears are going to win. Because the Bears will be able to lean on Green Bay with their run game, and I like the Bears' offensive line better than Green Bay's. But if it's not, and the wind's okay, 18 miles an hour, fine. Jordan Love can sling it. So can Caleb, obviously. I love the Packers. I think Green Bay's better than Chicago. And I loved the Bears all season, and you know that if you were watching and listening all season. I don't think they're that good, and I'm not trying to be a hater when I say that. I think they're a year early, and they're going to be a legit Super Bowl contender next year, this calendar year, 2026. I don't think they're ready for prime time. What Disney movie is it when they go, but not yet? The Lion King, right? I just can't wait to be king. Anyway. Bears ready for primetime next year, not this year. If the wind's not bad, give me the Green Bay Packers. That'll be my bet tomorrow night. We move to Sunday. Pick the winner of the game. Bills and the Jaguars in Duval, 51.5 the total. Talked about this yesterday. Josh Allen needs to be the star of the movie that is the AFC postseason. He is Keanu Reeves in John Wick. He's Sylvester Stallone in Rambo. He's Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Terminator. He's the star of the action movie. He's Matt Damon in the Bourne, whatever the hell it is. Any of these, whatever action movie you want to throw out there. He is the star. If you went to see a movie and the star, I'm not talking like Drew Barrymore in Scream, which is one of the great like freakouts or like twists in cinematic history. You go to see a movie because you want to watch the actor. You go to see Mission Impossible because Tom Cruise is Ethan Hunt. He's the star, right? How would you feel if Ethan Hunt died 20 minutes into the Mission Impossible movie and he's not there anymore? That's what it would be like if the Bills lose this game. Now, real life is not the movies. The Bills can lose on Sunday. It's a pick the winner of the game. But if that happens, you have to fire the director. You have to fire the head coach. If the Bills lose, Sean McDermott's got to go. To be clear, I think Buffalo's going to win the game. And I'm surprised by the betting move. I thought the Bills would get bet out close to 3. Maybe that'll still happen. I haven't bet the Bills yet. I think I will. I'll talk about it this weekend. I do think Buffalo will win. Eagles and the Niners in Philadelphia. Philly is almost a 5.5-point favorite now at BetMGM. So the Eagles keep getting bet. Total is 44.5. We'll see about Trent Williams' status, Ricky Pearsall status. I love the Eagles as a money line parlay piece, just like I like the Rams as a money line parlay piece. I think the Eagles and the Rams not just are the two best teams in the NFC. I think they're the two best teams in the NFL. And one of those two teams, Eagles or Rams, I'll take Philly. One of those teams will win the Super Bowl. Are the Eagles going to cover? If I had to bet the game, I would say yes. But I like Eagles as a money line parlay piece. And then Sunday night on NBC, Tirico and Collinsworth, two of the GOATs. The Patriots, Drake May. We love the Drake. A lot of Seinfeld references today. Good. The Patriots, 3.5-point favorites over Justin Herbert and the Bolts. Total is 46. And I love the Chargers. And I love Drake May. Maybe Justin Herbert and company will be Kendrick Lamar. Da-da-da-da. And take down Drake. Patriots don't have a pass rush. Chargers' offensive line may not be under as much duress as they would have been against another team. I think Justin Herbert will slice and dice this Patriots defense. Give me the Chargers plus 3.5, and I'll have a bet on the Chargers to win the game as well. And we'll wrap here. Rob Pizzola will join us next with Indiana and Oregon tonight in the Peach Bowl. We can bring the music down, Kenny. Winner of this game tonight, I think will win the national championship. I'm not trying to bury Miami. Miami's an awesome story. I've talked about it a lot today on the show. Honestly, like, if I didn't have any money down on anything, I'd be rooting really hard for Miami. Being honest with everybody, right? Even against Kurt Cignetti in Indiana. But I have to give you what I actually think is going to happen. My honest opinion. I think winner of this game wins the Natty. Either Indiana, or we get the Cristobal with Mario Cristobal against his former team, Oregon with his current team, Miami. I think Indiana will play its game. Indiana has been consistent all season long. You're going to get what you get from Indiana. If Oregon plays like it did when these two teams played in October, Indiana's going to win by 17. Oregon knows, we played you the sound earlier this week, Oregon knows that it wasn't properly focused going into that game. You're going to get a better Oregon effort tonight. And I think, my opinion, I can't prove this, my opinion, is that Oregon rope-a-doped last week against Texas Tech. Didn't have to put pedal to metal because I think Oregon knew they were going to win that game comfortably because Texas Tech, the Big 12, stink, as it turns out. I think you get a good Dante Moore game tonight as like the presumptive number 1 and number 2 NFL draft picks at quarterback go head-to-head. You don't think Dante Moore wants to put on a show? Mendoza does too. I'm not saying otherwise. My most likely outcome, Indiana by 3. Point spread's 3.5. Quack, quack, MFers. Give me the Ducks to cover. give you some NBA bets for tonight. I'm just going to see where things are at right now because we got hours before the game starts. All right, bet numero uno. The Celtics are getting bet out against the Toronto Raptors. I like the Raptors. As long as RJ Barrett's going to play in the game, the Raptors have been a different team with Barrett in the starting lineup. Now, Scotty Barnes is doubtful and Brandon Ingram is questionable. So if the Raptors are at full health, give me the Toronto Raptors. Give me the Washington Wizards. +3 against the New Orleans Pelicans when it gets there with the Wizards off their trade. The Oklahoma City are sitting all their players down tonight, including SGA. They're getting bet out right now. I agree with that. Thunder -5 on the road at the Memphis Grizzlies. And bet the Portland Trailblazers the other night against the Rockets. They're playing again tonight in Portland. I will bet the Rockets tonight, laying the 6.5 after betting Portland the other night. So those are my bets for tonight in the NBA. Oregon +3.5 tonight. And we'll give you all the props for Wild Card Weekend tomorrow, Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern, the national edition of Countdown to Kickoff.